Hey everybody, Block here, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. A let's play of the newly released Silent Hill F, or Forte. The Silent Hill franchise is one of my favorite gaming franchises out there, probably second behind The Legend of Zelda. Some others like Final Fantasy and Metal Gear and Super Mario, they all mean a lot to me, have a special meaning to me, a lot of special memories, but Silent Hill in particular, because I used to write a lot of fan fiction back in the day. A lot of my monster designs when I was really into drawing in high school and college were inspired by Silent Hill and got me really into a lot of Japanese horror. It was kind of my first taste of it. Way back in 1999 with the first release. And so, normally I would play something like this by myself. I like to take it slow. I like to examine everything and just absorb the world, take it all in. But I thought I would do this one as a live commentary while I play it, just to see how it goes, see how interesting that is. If it's a flop, it's a flop. If it's a hit, wonderful. Before I start playing the game, I want to quickly go through my kind of wants and expectations of what it will deliver. I've stayed away from a lot of online discussion. I've seen the initial trailers, but I've intentionally stayed away so as not to dilute my expectations of it, my experience of it. I want to experience it about as fresh as I can, which is really extremely hard to do in today's day and age. What I would really love to see, I know that this is set in 1960s Japan, and the Silent Hill games mostly stick to the town of Silent Hill in America. There are exceptions. More than you'd think, really. Part of Silent Hill 3 takes place in Portland, Maine. Silent Hill 4, a lot of it, the room in Silent Hill 4 is not in Silent Hill, but you travel there through the hole in the wall. Silent Hill Homecoming is in Shepherd's Glen. So there are exceptions, but most of them take place or are very connected to the town in Maine, USA. And I would like to see some kind of connection with this. In some way, maybe even at the very end, something tying this game to events that we later see in Silent Hill, Maine, USA. I don't know if that will happen. A lot of my expectation is that this is a kind of reimagining, not rebranding, but an alternate universe kind of deal, where possibly we see themes from some of the early games being retold and reimagined in a Japanese location. Things like dealing with the occult and trauma. If we go to a lesson, Silent Hill 1 and 3, trauma of a parent traumatizing a child and abuse, and that child maybe having psychic powers and shaping the world from whatever otherworldly presence that is in the town or in the lake by the town or something like that. I would really like to see those kind of connections. There's also like the drug dealing subplot of the first game that doesn't really get touched on a lot, but is a big part of the drug trade in the town through the occult, the order that has so much power in the town, and it warping the minds of the people there. I think that's something that was a big part of the first game that doesn't get revisited a lot. I feel like, for whatever reason, 1960s Japan, with the flower motif, because the drug in Silent Hill 1 is made from the flower White Claudia, that this could be an almost like Red Claudia kind of deal. The red flowers here being made into some kind of drug or hallucinogen or mind-controlling thing. I don't know. That's just something that has come to mind thinking about this game ever since it was released. But like I said, I haven't seen much on this. I haven't watched many of the additional trailers. I know that the combat looks a little clunky, but I haven't examined it too hard, or even like the monsters or the locations too much. Again, I'm going to try to go into this as fresh as I can, and provide some feedback, some of my thoughts as a fan of Silent Hill for about 25 years now, or more. 26, I guess, yeah. And hopefully that makes for an enjoyable experience. So we're going to start this up and get on into it. So here we are at our settings. I'm going to have it display in English, but I want the voice acting to be in Japanese. I hope that's okay with everyone else. I think that just creates for an authentic feel. I think on a second playthrough I might do it on English. But for my initial one, I kind of want to be immersed in the world. The Japanese voice acting, I think, will bring me closer to that. I'm going to adjust our brightness here. Both the light and dark areas of the image are visible. It's kind of difficult to tell where the light and dark areas are on my screen, because all of it looks pretty visible. I can't tell when I bring it down that it's getting too much darker. So I'm going to just bring it slightly down, but it looks pretty great. Remember these warnings. YouTube might flag some things, and that's okay. I'll try not to censor too much if I have to, if I can. And that looks very Silent Hill to me. You know, these small streets, alleyways, just covered in fog, and hints of light and hints of life, but also kind of devoid of things. Like, almost like everyone's just disappeared. I don't want to say raptured, but you know, everyone has just disappeared, and life has been taken from this area. And I do have the pre-order bonuses, which is this Amamari item here, the item pack, and a costume, the white sailor skull girl uniform. We might dabble in those, I don't know. We'll see. Didn't pre-order it for the bonuses. So I don't want to just play it for the story. I feel like they're missing a normal setting. Puzzles will be more difficult. Hard is balanced for puzzles. So let's just go hard puzzles, weaker enemies, more resources, traditional Silent Hill difficulty. for players familiar with action horror games. I mean, I am familiar with action horror games, so I guess we're gonna put hard action, hard puzzles. Feels a little strange, but we'll go with it. And I think we're just gonna stick with the navy. Pure white, innocent white, and designated. Let's just stick with the navy for this first playthrough.
Hinako? お友達のところに遊びに行ったんじゃなかったの？
男の子と遊ぶ子はおままごとに入れてあげないだって。
じゃあお姉ちゃんと一緒におままごとしよっか。
本
当？お待たせ。お姉ちゃん、何かいいことでもあった？
うん、昔を思い出してた。お姉ちゃんって小さい頃からずっとお姉ちゃんだったんだなって。
ひなこ、私ね。
これお姉ちゃんにあげる。
綺麗だわ。ありがとう。
ひなこ、親に向かってその言い草は何だ。
お父さん、やめてください。
純子があんなにも高校娘なのに、どうして妹の前は何もかも正反対なんだ。どこ行く？話はまだ終わってないぞ、ひなこ。
お父さん、ひなこだって分かってくれてますよ。
分かってたらどうしてあの態度になるんだ。これも全部お前がひなこをずっと甘やかしてきたからだろう。
ひなこ、お父さんはね、あなたのためを思って
友達のとこ行ってくる。
早めに帰ってみてね。
Okay, so some things to take note of as watching that. You know, the music has that very Akira Yamaoka atmospheric, but also a little bit of rock in there. A lot of his musics have like a rock undertone, and you hear that with the guitar. That's a little faint, but comes in and punctuates some moments, and the drums towards the end of that opening song as well. Rain being the kind of creating the fog in this world. Rain was also very important, a downpour. But you also see it in the original Silent Hill as well. A lot of rain drenching the world, making it wet, making it depressing, making it dark. So yeah, that's some initial thoughts. You also have the, it seems like abuse from the parents. Alessa gets that abuse from her mother, Dahlia, in the original game. She's used. And you see some themes of that in other Silent Hill games. Like Homecoming definitely has parents abusing and using their children. So we're just going to look around here at the house. See if there's any items. Look at some details here. It's kind of secluded. It's not the most well-kept place, but it's not, certainly not dilapidated or anything. It's pretty modest. She is going to go see some of her friends. And already this feels a little bit like Silent Hill 2 walking down to the lake from the lookout point. I'm going to guess it's right. Let's check what was on the left here. That goes down to some homes. This goes up to a house. Let's take a look up here. It just feels a little bit more optional. Like it goes on to like a dead end. Article: Serious Issues in Ebisugaoka. Ebisugaoka. April 21st, Showa 20, 1945, Evening Edition. So yeah, this is in the Showa era, which is after the war. A little bit before the war, but continues on, I think until the 80s. The onsen geyser that suddenly started spewing water on the 3rd of this month, and Shimizu Ebisugaoka of Yamab. You know what? Get used to me butchering the Japanese language. I'm so sorry to my friends in Japan. I don't know Japanese. I'm so sorry. Of Yamabe district finally came to a stop early this morning. So the onsen geyser suddenly started spewing water on the 3rd of this month. It came to a stop early this morning. The geyser reached a height of at least 30 meters, but the ceaseless noise and pungent hydrogen sulfide gas have left the residents troubled. 3 individuals have been hospitalized with complaints of skin sores and other maladies they claim were caused by the gas. In addition, strong concentrations of arsenic have been detected in the geyser's water, 20 milligrams per liter. Many residents have concerns about future environmental issues this might lead to. So that to me sounds a lot like the mines in the original Silent Hill games. The mines don't get a whole lot of focus until the movie, actually, which really redid the whole history of the town. It set it in West Virginia instead of Maine, and had the mines be a much more prominent part, but they were always part of the original franchise from the very first game. There's mention of the mines, that the Appalachian Mountains goes right up into Maine. And then we get to explore them in Downpour. And the mines created a lot of toxic fumes. And so that was another possibility for what may be going on in the town. There's a lot of avenues, a lot of possibilities that the games point out that could contribute to all of the madness, the dark history of the town. Well, that looks like everything that was up here. Let's head on back down. And that's something I always thought the Silent Hill games did a great job with, is presenting all of these different possibilities. Is it in your head? Is it the occult? The order? Is it the drugs? Is it the mines? Is it ghosts? Is it demons? We have a great view of the city there. So we had a thing in our journal. There it goes. So, Shimizu Hinako. Me. There's not a single extraordinary thing about me, except maybe being tall for a girl my age. I used to be in the track and field club, which is probably why I'm better at sports than most girls. I guess I got used to running around a lot when I was a kid, since I preferred playing with boys. So she's a bit athletic. She should be able to hold her own against some monsters and other threats. But it also has a feeling of Alessa, I think, of this feeling of there's nothing extraordinary about me, and I bet there is something extraordinary about her. So Shimizu Kimae. I think it's Kimae. My mother. If I had to choose one word to describe her, it would be pitiful. She's the one who bears the brunt of my father's violent moods and malicious abuse. When I was younger, she used to protect me from him, so I didn't hate her back then. But maybe I do hate her now. Even as my father screams in her face, throws bowls at her, and sends her out for alcohol late at night, she remains ever loyal to him. I just cannot, will not, accept her way of life. Shimizu Kanta, my father. When I first learned of the term patriarchal husband, and that it meant a man who does nothing but boss his wife around, he was the first person to come to mind. Dad barely talks. He ignores me when I tell him good morning, but if I say nothing, he gets angry instead. And once he's angry, he just explodes. He loses all control over his emotions in the blink of an eye. He yells at Mom, throws things around, and even hits us. Why can't he act like that in public? Why does everyone else only get to see his quiet, calm side? If it meant that I wouldn't have to spend another second with him in that house, I'd happily let myself be taken away. And then we have Kanuta Junko, my older sister. She's one of the prettiest and kindest people I know, and there's nothing she can't do. I can rely on her for anything. Honestly, she's the greatest sister anyone could ask for. She's always been there for me, ever since the day I was born, until she left to get married. And of course we can't see her face, it's all blotted out. It's almost like an anger that her picture has been defaced. Is it in anger? Is it in sadness? I don't know. Anything here? A washing machine, I think. Got a letter here. Local doctor's note. There have been sightings of foxes coming into town recently. I'm sure that the older generations who have grown up learning to respect foxes are fine, but I'm concerned for any children who may try and chase or provoke the creatures. Foxes by nature are not aggressive, but just like wild dogs, they carry diseases such as rabies, tetanus, and echinocosis. I don't know what that one is. Excuse me. To name just a few. The town committee should send out warnings to ensure people don't get unnecessarily close to them. So in Japanese culture, I know that foxes can often bring good luck and prosperity. And they're largely connected to shrines and messengers, I think, of gods or of kami. So I wonder if that means something that looks good, that seems friendly, may actually hurt you. A wolf in sheep's clothing, a rose and its thorns, those kind of things. Her friends not actually being her friends, perhaps. Can't go in there. Love this, small town, kind of atmosphere. I grew up in Appalachia, in rural area, and there's areas not quite like this, but homes tucked away in the forest, and that kind of aesthetic, it appeals to me. It's nostalgic. I'll run around here. I don't plan on trying to get everything on the first playthrough. I just want to experience it. Take it slow. If I find something, great. If I don't, I'm not going to restart the game over it. Looks to go down to the gate. So let's go over here to the shrine. So here's where we'll save. Not shave, as I was about to say. I was looking at change clothes, and we'll say the walking is a little too slow and the running is a little too fast. There's not like a jog that I kind of want. A woman is only complete when she's loved, featuring the latest fashion for young women so pure that even make flowers blush. Of course, she's a tomboy, and she's tall. She's athletic. She gets along with boys. So that might not appeal to her at all. You might feel shunned because of that. Let's go back to where that gate was just to see. So many branching paths. I love that in the game. All these optional areas that don't really do anything, don't lead anywhere. Really makes the world feel alive. And I also really love the foliage here, the greenery, how the trees and plants look. It's it's realistic, but it's also adds to the creepiness factor.
あちこちに祀られている。
To the fox gods. So already we're getting a little bit of, I wouldn't say a cult, although I suspect to find something like that, but religion and Shintoism. Looks like cabbages, some of those. From what little I know of gardening. This comes right back up to here, so that's good. Can also appreciate that there's no music right here. It's interesting that this is the first house that I can attempt to go in. Maybe I go in later. Can I go through those? No, they're hard as a rock. A lot of the times I love it when a game you can go through and the cloth will behave realistically, but it's not necessary, and it usually looks weird. Cloth physics aren't. Kind of like hair, it can be hit or miss.
誰か来てるかな。
Chizuruya General Store. Let's check our map. Okay. Here's the house we start in. We come down. There's the shrine. Can't go into that house. I was freaking out there. Okay. Very nice. Let's just see where the road takes us. Article Serious Issues in Ebisugaoka. Starting around May, Ebisugaoka began seeing a high number of small earthquakes. The Prefectural Disaster Prevention Division predicts that there will be even more in the future. Residents remain on edge, fearful that these may be early warning signs of a larger quake yet to come. Rumors that these events are being caused by Inari-sama's curse have been spreading among more religiously minded of the elderly population. However, the Prefectural Disaster Prevention Division is urging residents to treat such rumors as superstition and instead prepare for any potential disasters ahead. So again, earthquakes, maybe a connection with the mines. Some of the roads in the original Silent Hill were missing, and I think there's a text when Harry observes those that say like maybe an earthquake had caused this. Excuse me. They're just drawing connections. Doesn't mean they're actually related. Some observations. Who parks a car like that? Really? How do you even do that?
すいません。運転手さんいませんか？
Oh, that's gross. It's like a dead bird. Yeah.
他の道を探そう。
How do you even get the vehicle jammed like that?
この先に抜け道があったはず。
絶対に呪いよ。あんなひどい死に方あるわけないもの。私なら絶対に嫌。そんな家。噂をすればなんとやらだよ。
裏切り者。
サクコ。
どこ行くの？こっち通るの珍しいね。
車が道を塞いでてさ。
千鶴や？
今は誰かと喋りたくて。
私も後から行くね。
うん。じゃあね。
裏切り者。
Let's check down here and see if there's anything hiding away. I wonder if she actually said, "You traitor," or if, was it Hinako? What is her name? Yeah, if she heard her say that in her head. But we do have a journal entry. Actually, here. I will admit I can be quite stubborn at times. I don't like accepting things that other people decide for me, even if it's the right thing to do. More than once I've rebelled and made the wrong decision, only to regret it later. Foreshadowing. Igarashi Sakuko. One of my friends. She's always got her head up in the clouds and is a little strange. She's constantly trying to worm her way out of paying me back for the 500 yen I lent her that one time, so about $5. Her father is the head priest of the Senasugi shrine in town. She seems to take great pride in donning the traditional Miko robes and selling charms during the New Year celebrations. So there's a little darkness there. We have rabbits. Looks like down on the bottom right. That's what they look like to me. How much? Yeah, so they're all kind of blotted with some heavy ink. But we have, looks like, dandelions and some birds there. We have golden birds flying across her. Any animals associated with her? I don't see any. I see, looks like some vegetables, rice, some cooking things on the bottom right. Beer bottle for her dad. A single bird. Actually, kind of might be dead bird. Maybe that's symbolic of the bird that we just saw at the truck. I don't know. And then rabbits and a sun. They're looking over their shoulder at the sun there. At least that's what I'm interpreting. Suzu Tani Mayumi, last seen wearing white blouse, long navy skirt, beige neckerchief, and black polka dots. Or with black polka dots. Details of disappearance, and the rest has been torn off. So I know it might not make for a great let's play or great streaming or whatever, but I like the prodding slowness of this. Again, it makes it really immersive, really draws you in, lets you be a part of this world. It's not ushering you so far. So yeah, we have Broken Road. Not quite as much of a chasm as it is in the other Silent Hill games where you can't see the bottom, but no, it's a broom. So, shoe. So, why Shu? Shu's been my best friend since forever. He's my partner. We've been having play dates for as long as I can remember. When we played make-believe Space Wars, would call each other partner, and for some reason it just kind of stuck. Kids of the Showa era tend to look down on the other sex, but never Shu. When I rebelled against my parents because they told me to act like a girl, he was the one who understood my feelings the most and stood by me. So we have plant growth, some reeds, I guess, sprouting. We have the Space Wars of the alien on the top right, and a spaceship. I don't know what it has. It kind of looks like a peel to me underneath it, but probably not. It might just be its shadow. And then he has some kind of electric bolts coming from him. Maybe you have an electric personality or a sign of glowing or something like that, maybe.
Yo, 相棒。
シュウ。
あのさ。
うん。なんか言ってよ。
お前こそなんか言うことはないのかよ。
相棒にないんだったら私にだってない。
お前らしいや。受け身な生き方なんてお前らしくないぜ。お前が自分で選んだ道なら俺はいつまでも応援するからな。
シュウ。
シュウくん、お待たせ。
ひなこもいたんだ。 リンコ。
何の話をしてたの？
いや、大した話は。
誰かとおしゃべりしたい気持ちだったんだって。
気が紛れたよ。
それはよかった。お役に立てて光栄の極み。会えると分かってたら借りてた雑誌持ってくればよかった。
ああ、貸したままでいいよ。リンコに貸した時点で戻ってくると思ってないし。
んだとこんちくしょう。笑いすぎだよ。サクコだってひなこから何か借りてるんじゃないの？
私なんかあったかな。ねえひなこ、じゃあ私が借りてる500円も返さなくていいよね。
サクコ利子つけて返すとか言ってなかった？
言ってないよ。証文あんなら出してみろ。
いいこと聞いた。これからはサクコに貸すとき消しゴムであっても証文書かせるから。
そんな意地悪言わないでよ。
ねえねえ、昨日のラジオ聞いた？
聞いた。でも途中で寝ちゃった。ひなこ。
あ、ごめん。何？
裏切りも。
Run, run, run! So yeah, this is definitely a stand-in for the like the rust of many of the original games. Yeah, I don't think you can get out of that. Let's try that again. I thought I had gotten to a point where I had to die. Got that coming again. This way. Way. This way.
てよかった。
Note from Shu. Hey partner, these painkillers should work best for you. They'll not only take care of your headaches, but also any pain from injuries. I suspect that the main cause behind your nasty headaches is from you unconsciously grinding your teeth when you're upset. Does that sound about right? If you ever need to talk or anything, just call my name, and I'll be there. Red capsules. Painkillers and capsules. Relieves pain and raises spirits. Hope that's not Tylenol. The painkillers gives her autism. And she can't. What a world we live in.
助かった。みんな絶対無事でいてくれよ。
Use another one here. So I did see a thing about sanity. I don't know. Might be that green bar. Or is that stamina? No? Okay. I don't know what the gold flower bar at the top is. Something also to note is those flowers when they kill you. It kind of gives me that pock-marked kind of feeling from some of Junji Ito's work. Very reminiscent of that. Pokes holes, creates openings throughout the whole body. Also thought we were going to go a little bit like the first Silent Hill and reach an area where you're forced to die to continue. Bandage. Bandages coated with ointment used to stop bleeding. Application is taught in all local schools. So it doesn't seem like she recognizes this area. We got the growth and infestation here. That's a good ways from her house, but I feel like she would maybe recognize it. But it's a bigger area than it looks. It's not, certainly not a village. Let's see if there's anything around this corner. Propane tank. Red capsules. I guess it was on it. I don't know what I expected. If she went to pick up the propane tank and put it in her... I don't know where she's hiding it. She just has a skirt. I guess her outfit might have pockets. Maybe. I don't see any. So who knows? That's the greatest mystery. Where is she hiding all of these items that she's going to pick up? Don't think too hard on it. Might get you in trouble. Another tight little corridor to shimmy through. My favorite game mechanic. Shimmying through tight spaces. Nothing over there.
Rinko?
Did we get a thing on Rinko? Yeah. So let's look at this one. Unlike my sister Junko, who was always the golden child. I've been a handful ever since I was little. My parents told me that I never listened to a single word they said. I would make my mom cry and my dad furious. But Junko was always there for me. She understood me. She looked out for me. That's why I love my sister and have always done what she's asked of me. Or, at least, I've tried. She would smooth things out between me and my parents, which made life in that house a little more bearable. That is, until she got married, of course. She definitely resents the fact that she got married. Nishida Rinko, one of my friends. She's really put together, but can be a little inflexible in how she does things sometimes. Once she set her mind to something, that's it. And recently, that something seems to be clothes, fashion, and other womanly pursuits. Rinko once confessed to me that she had a crush on Shu. I told her that I was all for it. But if she can't get used to the idea of rolling around in the dirt and catching insects for fun, she might have a tough time. So we have some books and some beetles there, rhinoceros beetle. I don't know what significance that has in Japanese culture. I'm sure it has some. Do the other pages have things? No, so no illustrations there on the margins. Just taking a look at how this is very labyrinthian and how this city's set up. To evade enemy attacks. So yeah, we know this from trailers. The enemies have a very doll-like appearance, very mannequin-esque. Just calls back to that doll we see at the very beginning. If you dodge just before an enemy's attack lands, you will perform a perfect dodge and recover your stamina. Alright. That was a big dodge. Oh yeah, she dodges far away. We're just gonna run. A little shrine. I don't know how fast they are. Down here. Checking for red capsules. Is it still following me? I don't think so. So you can't hear it, but the speaker on my PlayStation 5 controller's giving off static. I feel like that's where I'm supposed to go. Alright, let's see. She's kind of jogging here. Barely touch it and she'll kind of float. It's a weird run. Like she's in mud or something. This dodge is a bit excessive. Red capsules. Local doctors note there are cases where patients see an improvement in their symptoms, not by taking medicine, but rather by simply talking to a doctor. The cause of this phenomenon lies undeniably in the trust fostered between practitioner and patient. Conclusively, the pharmacists who have been trusted since ancient times perhaps could be said to contain a similar power to that of the local gods here. Even among the younger generations of this town, there are many who believe praying to Oinari-san, I guess that's the local deity, to Oinari-san will soothe the pain and speed up the healing process. One's fortitude of faith is thought to have direct relation to potency. There are even some town elders who claim to have had broken bones miraculously mended after praying to Oinari-san. So I think he's actually the pharmacist. And again, another connection. Well, I hear something. Oh, it's up there, I think. Another connection is Dr. Kaufman in the original Silent Hill being connected to the order, to the occult, and having such power. So it is going that way. I think that's the way I need to go. We're gonna run by and just go under and get the hell out of there. Yokon, a jelly-like dessert filled with red bean paste. A bite-sized delight. I think I've had that. I think so. Greatly restores health, can also be used as an offering. Offering certain items at a Hikara will allow you to receive faith. So already we're seeing a lot of thoughts on feminine identity, of beauty standards, of what household duties, well, what it means to be a woman, and her conflicted nature with that relationship with that idea. I think is going to be our big running theme. But we're going to stop here, I think. This is, I think, a good spot. But we're going to just continue going from this point. So when you look out for episode 2, we'll pick up right there. Again, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, please let me know. I'll be happy to do more analysis of gameplay like this. And if you don't like it, let me know that as well, so I can focus my time on other things, provide you exactly what you would like to see. But until next time, take care, everyone, and see you soon.